Good morning. Back to Fox Business Alert. This is your host, Harris. Today we're going to talk about a famous sports company, Under Armour. So most of you have heard of the NBA star Steph Curry, and he's known as the face of the brand, as he has a famous shoe line, was it called the Curry series. So what is Under Armour? Under Armour is a company that focuses on footwear and both casual and sports apparels, and they're currently the fourth largest company in the world. They focus on produce products with superior qualities and innovative technology, such as their well-known microthread. And they're also a professionally recognized brand with appearance on both national TVs and famous sports teams. So joining us today, we have a team of analysts that's going to dive deeper into the company. So first question, Mr. Jane, what do you think Under Armour, there's any features that make Under Armour stands out?
Thank you, Harris. So as a company that manufactures footwear and apparel, Under Armour is quite unique. The interesting is that Under Armour has been transforming into the world's largest digital fitness brand since 2013. To make the fitness space easier to navigate, Under Armour has developed connected fitness apps to help athletes get better support. These apps help athletes track and analyze their fitness and nutrition activity. Under Armour is not just a sport apparel company. It now has over 200 million registered users on their connected fitness platforms around the world. And that number continues to grow rapidly. So during 2019, Under Armour generated $136 million of revenue from connected fitness. In addition, this revenue increased by 18.8% in 2018 and 13.3% in 2019. These possible trends indicate a bright future for Under Armour's connected fitness business. Thank you.
Thank you, Zhane. That's quite an amount of users. And next question I have for Charlie. How do you think the company is doing for the past couple of years?
Well, Under Armour is a growing company with great potential for future profit. Under Armour's net income was positive in recent restructuring expenses, almost exceeding the loss of the previous 2 years. Obviously, Under Armour is moving up and taking advantage of this opportunity to grow. From 2017 to 2019, interest expense has decreased, which shows how efficiently the company is paying off the debt incurred over time. However, when looking at the 2019 financial statements and comparing them to the 2018 and 2017 financial statements, Under Armour has some negative. Under Armour has increasing liabilities, which shows the company may be acquiring more debts to cover expenses. The main reason for the increase in liabilities was due to an increasing operating lease liability. Like any growing company in the industry, Under Armour has its own set of pros and cons. Over the past few years, the company's profitability metrics have been volatile. But it is nice to see Under Armour turn a profit in 2019. The financial statements indicate there's a fair amount of potential for growth in the near future. If Under Armour can continue to rebound without increasing any restructuring costs or additional debt, the company should be able to stabilize its return on investment in the near future. Thank you, Harris.
Thank you, Charlie. That was very insightful. And next question I have is for John and Sean. So based on the company's past experiences, do you think it has any growth trends for the future? And what potential do they have?
So let's just look at this from an investor perspective. So when you're looking at companies to invest in, you want to make sure they have a great historical background. So with a company like Under Armour, we have increasing growth rates over basically their entire existence. Basically what that means is that they're growing organically and not through acquisitions. And the benefit of that is when you grow through an acquisition and you're relying on your subsidiaries to prop your business up. And that just doesn't work very well for the long term, because what happens when there's no more businesses to acquire? You either have to switch industries and go down different revenue paths, or you have to turn and invest in different things. So when you look at a brand that's growing organically, where it's easy to basically see the benefits compared to acquisitional growth. With organic growth, you can rely on management, and with Under Armour, you have a historical background of management actually benefiting everyone, which provides steady returns. But another benefit with Under Armour as well is the fact that they almost have the flexibility of a young company, because the few acquisitions they have had have been related to fitness apps and going down those different new revenue streams and paths. So from an investor perspective, I would ask you the question, Harris, would you rather invest in a company that has a proven track record of organic growth, or someone that relies on different subsidiaries to prop themselves up? I'd say it's a pretty easy answer.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely invest in what was a natural growth.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. What about you, John?
As technology became more prominent in today's market, companies joined into the modern trend by pursuing digital world for additional revenue sources. Since 2015, Under Armour invests in mobile app by purchasing Greatness, Endomondo, and MyFitnessPal. Investment in online returning market benefit Under Armour's long run, as more sporting good return shift toward online marketing. Under Armour needs to have its own comparable edge in order to hold its place in the market. Following the huge contract with the superstar like Tom Brady, Michael Phelps, and Stephen Curry, Under Armour needs to take advantage of the huge following and develop more lines and collaboration as the footwear category make up for the majority of the sales. Under Armour can find success in the category if it can release sneaker collection, whether as collaboration with the trending artist or with the designer brand. Thank you.
All right, thank you, John. Next question I have for Kelly and Mihal. So Under Armour has a lot of major competitors in America, such as Nike and Adidas. And how well do you think that Under Armour is doing compared to these companies?
Well, since 2015, Nike's revenue growth has been around 6%, while Under Armour's is over 9%. So looking at this steady growth, I think in about 5 years from now, I expect their stock to quadruple what it is now, Under Armour's. And especially in the economic state we are in, like right now, Under Armour stock price is sitting at $9. And comparing that to Nike, whose stock price is $101, the difference is the potential that we see in Under Armour and the potential that their stock price will rise. Under Armour's all-time closing price was $45 and Nike's was $104. And that is only $1 away from what Nike's is now. So Under Armour clearly has a lot more room to grow than Nike, since their stock price is so much closer to its all-time peak. So it's your decision, but the ability to quadruple the amount of money you put in a company is a lot more appealing than gaining a few more dollars back from your investment in Nike. Even in the economic state we're in, I can only speak on how Under Armour will overcome this, but when the 2008 recession happened, Under Armour was hit hard and their stock price fell by 76%, yet they recovered 89% in early 2018. Since COVID struck, they've lost 51% of their stock value, but I could see them definitely recovering even quicker than they did before. Thank you.
Thank you. And what about you, Econ?
All right. And lastly, I just want to kind of go over what Callie was saying and into more depth. So Under Armour, as we said before, is a young company. It's still growing versus Nike, which is already matured. It's already pretty expensive. And if you want more bang for your buck, you should really go with Under Armour. And again, because it's a young company, it might have more of a volatile ride, but in the long run, you're going to get a much higher return on your investment versus Nike, which has already grown, matured, been through all the business cycle phases. With Under Armour, you're also going to benefit from the fact that it's still growing both globally and organically and even through acquisitions, whereas Nike kind of hasn't really been growing as much. It already has expanded globally. So you can't benefit from having a stake in that while it's happening with Nike. Whereas with Under Armour, it's happening now. And so now is really the time to invest and kind of benefit from that rapid growth. Thank you, Harry.
Thank you for sharing. As we can see, Under Armour is still a relatively young company that's been around for only a little over a decade, but they have proved themselves by continuing putting out really innovative products. And if you're looking to invest something in the sportswear section, definitely Under Armour is something that you should look into. Thank you very much for listening.